and seek. Prepare to be caught. Here I come now. Let's play hide and seek. Hiding on the playground. No one dares to make a sound. Round and round and round and round. No one wants to be first found.
James Curtis Leonard's wife talking about the morning of November 13th, 2022.
It was a big mess. It shouldn't have ever happened.
Well, the problem is that I guess that it would all be laid out in a complaint that Fox News even put it up and just
Yeah, and then
that
it
was
has
alleged.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And they're trying, people on the internet is trying to pin the murders and stuff on him. Yeah. It's like, there's nothing. My daughter, the one that was just out here,
Yeah.
she has bad depression, and this is my alibi, and this is what that Jonathan person wanted me to tell him. Do you have a card reading? I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and hopefully he's not him.
God.
But
I don't even know.
Yeah. It's just something. It was just a kind of like a freak accident. He's been depressed, but anyways, the night that all that happened,
Yeah.
that day before, my daughter, her ex-baby's, her baby's father, and all his friends was harassing her and telling her to kill herself. She's got depression, as it was, and they've known this. And I had her son, and she was supposed to be the designated driver for a friend's birthday party.
Right.
And instead, when they started sending that, I mean, she was getting messages after messages, so she decided she was going to try to drink herself to death. Then that didn't work. She realized that her and her boyfriend was coming here, and it was early morning, and she tried causing an accident, got the tire on her car popped. Who is that? Oh, it's you. I'm explaining to him the whole situation.
Which
Our alibi on this whole murder thing to make sure, that cleared.
did police ask you?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
Because he had something happen a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
His DNA, his fingerprints,
2007.
everything.
They put something on.
Yeah, they're throwing it back out. James Leonard, convicted murderer.
Right.
Come on now, leave that alone. He was young and stupid, and he'll be the first one to admit it.
That was 15 years ago.
He was depressed the other night. Drank a little more than what he should have on his antidepressants. And I think that's what triggered him. Because he's never once touched me. Never once touched my kids. Everything's great. He's a real great guy. He's got a big heart. And I mean, I could show you messages from all of our friends.
So is he out yet, or is he being held?
He's being held on a $100,000 bail.
Right. But the police said, hey, where were you the morning of
No.
the
That's
killing,
what this
or?
Jeremy, or this Jonathan person, Johnny, is doing. He's blasting him and calling him a sex offender. I was like, he is not a sex offender. You better take that shit down. Yes, he is.
That's
You should be
not a real,
ashamed.
Jonathan can't be a real journalist.
Oh, I've seen the
He's from
videos.
Florida.
He's here in
But
town.
not with a legitimate agency. I don't see that.
I don't know.
The
I don't think
the
so.
thing that I read that brought me asking
What do
the
they call it?
question
JLR? JLR is what he
was,
was
no
saying.
clue who they are. I just know that Fox got the criminal complaint, put it up, and also put convicted murderer,
Yeah, it's
and
ridiculous.
what happened, and then you read down, it's like, oh, but not related.
That night,
Police
I tried to take my own life. The night before it all happened, I crashed my car. I totaled my car, and I was just trying to drink myself to death. And then the very next day, I was getting out of jail. We make Christmas, Thanksgiving dinners for the police station every single year.
Police station and the sheriff's department every year.
Single year, without question.
Yeah.
And I was going to apologize to them because I told them, you guys, if you arrest me, I'm not making you guys Christmas dinner or whatever.
Right.
I felt awkward for saying that. I was drunk. I was being an asshole. And as I was holding the door open for them, the FBI walks in town. And I'm like,
The FBI walked in.
yeah, the FBI walked into the police station as we were walking out, trying to get information about my car. And I tried to kill myself again. And we were all home.
She was here literally just hours after she got out of jail, because we got her out about 6 p.m. And we came home, and she was still, really depressed and really still trying to find reasons to kill herself. And I was talking, I didn't trust it. I could not sleep that night. Me and my husband both were in here talking to her. She was laying in the living room, trying to talk her out, give her reasons why she's got to be here. That she's got a little boy.
My son is
And
almost a year old.
how would I, what it would do to our family? Just a whole bunch of things and stuff. And we were up till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and he went to bed for an hour and went to work.
Right. So then he
Everything
did
he
some
does,
drinking
he does
earlier.
for his family.
Yeah.
And then the other day, he was just drinking. He's been depressed. We've been trying to get him into an appointment, but his work schedule and stuff, every time they'd call for the doctor's, doctor appointment on the phone, he was missing them because he was at work and he lost track of time.
Right.
So we weren't able to get him in his appointment, and that's the only way he could get his meds. And our doctor, both, we got the same doctor, but they know that he's been depressed, and he even mentioned it the last appointment, not even about a month ago.
Right.
And he was just getting the meds back in the system because they weren't prescribing them to him because he couldn't make these appointments.
So bottom line is he'll get out pretty soon then.
We don't know. We don't know. He's being...
But he hasn't been questioned, like, where
the daughter
were
that
you
was
on
just
November
standing there,
13th?
she totally lied. She's an habitual liar, and I've got...
She just ran away, that's why.
Yeah, she just ran away, and she just came back.
Okay.
This,
Well, I'll be gone in a second.
No, I'm just saying.
But November 13th, that day, did police even ask him whether he was around?
I don't know if they've asked him since when they arrested him, because they kept him away from me.
Yeah, but before that, they had not.
No,
We thought it was our neighbors.
Who did it?
Yeah, we thought it was our neighbors.
Why?
Because they were cleaning their car with
early in the
bleach and
morning.
Clorox in 20-degree weather outside with Clorox
and then they disappeared.
and bleach.
They
And
came back
And
with
bleach?
Yeah.
bleach, and
It
the
might
bleach
still
is
be
still
out
on the
there
porch.
What kind of car?
It was a red one.
It's a tiny little red car.
Not the white car.
No, that white car.
At what time were they cleaning?
It was about noon because James had just got home for lunch, and he was out there doing cleaning inside the car. Bleach. I said, it's cold. He goes, it's
also
bleach.
What set him off. That's also what set him off. Is I remember he came inside. He said he was stuck underneath of the truck, and the neighbor just threw a snowball. So he said the neighbor wouldn't throw a snowball. Somebody, there's people.
So you were when were you thinking, maybe that's who did it?
Well, when they left all that, they were there the day that, let's say she was in jail before the kids ever went to the bars and whatever they were doing. And they came home. I noticed that they were home early the next morning before I went to bed after talking with her. And we noticed that that car was back. And I was asleep. And then my husband came home from lunch, and then he points that they were out there cleaning it. And they were there for a couple more hours, and that
This
car
would have
has
been
not
November
back.
14th, I guess.
It was like the Thursday.
Yeah.
Because I remember the FBI came here and was asking me, because I left a tip.
You left a tip about the neighbor?
Because, I'm not sure, I'm not saying that it's happening, but they always have their blinds open. They're always staring at us.
Right.
Looking in our window.
They're constantly always staring at us in
Wait, so the FBI came because you called to say,
the tip line.
hey, it was the tip line.
Yeah, and he said that they said
When
they were going to
did
be
you
around.
call? The day after?
A couple days later, because I was like,
So a couple days later,
know.
after the November 13th thing.
Oh, yeah,
You learned about it, and you thought, red car, you know what kind of car?
It's just a beater is all I know.
A beater?
Yeah, there's 2 red cars, and I thought the one red car that was back, because when they said, when
Red-
they came here, I was
red
like,
eye.
yeah, they came back. It wasn't
Car
a
or
red
truck?
car. They have a old beat up blue Ford.
Beat up old, what?
A blue Ford. A beat up
Blue Ford.
yeah.
But the red car, you don't know what kind.
And they
So-
have 2 different ones.
So you called to say, hey, that there was a guy cleaning it up with bleach?
Yeah, with bleach, and he left the trash open or not open, but it was partially open. The lid wasn't shut all the way, and the paper towels and stuff was hanging out of it.
We called the tip line, and they said that
And
they didn't
the
receive
bleach was
anything.
still sitting there. It's still sitting there. That
Yeah.
one car still has not been back.
The red car. It's
The
gone?
red car. There's
it was-
another red one over there, but that's not the one.
Okay, so there was a red car here, and it's now gone.
Mm-hmm.
Did it leave right that day?
It left the night they bleached it, which was about 4 days after it happened.
What time was it? Were they bleaching around noon?
Yeah.
The next day, and then that night it disappeared.
Yep. And we have not seen it since.
So the FBI came over to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you told them this again, right? And did they go over and question them?
The people weren't there, and he says, okay, he goes, I'm just going to let you know, we'll probably be back and forth around over here, just keeping an eye out on everything. And then I'm going to try to see if, when they're home, if we can introduce ourselves and find out questions.
Okay. So you don't know if it's an ongoing issue or not?
I'm not
Good
sure.
question.
I'm not sure.
Thanks. That's a crazy coincidence.
But, yeah, the whole bit where they're throwing his 2007 case up with what happened.
Yeah.
It's a mix. It doesn't.
And,
make
he
Did he
doesn't
beat
know.
you guys up?
He did me. And my other daughter decided she was going to jump in between me and him.
She said, "Call the cops."
I told her, call the cops. Call the cops. And,
My
they
friend
all...
was on the phone. She threw herself in the middle, trying to
And
do
she
Alright,
not only
so
did she
that's
throw
what it
herself into it, she threw herself swinging at him.
Yeah.
The light, she pulled my light out of the wall.
Have you talked to him since or not?
They have no contact with him. And it really sucks because I know he's in bad shape. His mom even said.
Do you know the names of the folks next door?
Oh, I don't know nothing. They've been here for 2-3 months.
What number is it?
It's R40.
R40?
Our neighbor Lynn, she was living there for 14 years, and she worked for Search and Rescue.
She still does.
She still works for Search and Rescue, and they bought that trailer out from underneath.
She
her.
lives. Oh, so she
She
doesn't.
did.
Yeah.
No, they booted
They
her.
bought her out
She
right
lived there for
underneath
many, many, many years.
Do you know how long those folks have lived here?
Probably about 3 months now.
3 months they've lived in.
In August.
Who is it? It's a guy, a girl?
It's
Two guys.
2 guys.
We've only seen
how old?
one of the guys. Probably in the late 20s. He's tall.
Both in their late 20s, maybe? One guy's huge.
The youngest, I don't know if I could believe her, but
Which one was cleaning the thing with bleach?
I don't know. The big one, the night that I totaled my car, the big one came out and asked.
it wasn't
if
the
I
big
needed
one.
help.
It was the smaller guy.
The smaller
of
guy
the
was
two.
here not too long ago.
Did you
I saw him
confront him and
yesterday.
say, "What are you doing"?
No.
No.
So
With everything going on,
You called short while later. You called. And again, the FBI came over the next day, or
No. It took them over a week.
Huh?
It took them over a week. I called. In fact, the PD came over here for the Thanksgiving stuff, and I was like, "Hey," I said, "I called the tip line on them, like over last week sometime, and I haven't heard anything. Have you guys?" He goes, "Yeah, we haven't gotten a call on it or anything." I was like, "Okay." He goes, "Maybe we'll do some investigating." I think it was like 2 days after that is whenever FBI came by.
All right. Do you know cops personally, or are you friends with?
Some, yeah,
Have you heard any tidbits about the case?
none.
No, sorry, it's called. You should get back inside.
It's okay. I'm fine.
I won't use your name. Obviously, you're a victim.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. He's blaring my name out there. It is.
What's your first name? Just so that listed.
Yeah, that's insane. They're not supposed to legally do that because
Posting her.
No,
Yeah, my
you see
pictures.
that listed when you put up his name and this address that comes up.
Oh.
Your name.
no. That Jonathan Johnny Wood put my name, and he put a satellite thing with a map from here to the homicides. Yeah, look how close this is, and he's got our trailer
How close
circled
is
on
it?
his map.
It's close enough. I was almost gonna move into those apartments.
Yeah, it's right up over past Arboretum and like 2 streets over. It's very close.
2 minute walk.
My friend
Oh
said
no,
it
it's
was
probably
okay.
about 10 minutes.
10-minute walk.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry for what you're going through. Obviously, hanging in there and
But yeah,
things get better.
I'm not blaming him, because he don't remember anything. I know, most survivors,
Right.
they try to cover, but I'm not covering for him because he's never done anything.
All right. Well, let me talk about it and see if we want to do anything with this, but I'm sorry for what
It's
you guys
okay,
are going
and I'm
through.
sorry it kind of
If
snapped
do you have my number?
on your card.
Can you text me your number at some point if you have?
Yeah, is it this 914 number?
Yeah. it's
Are
my-
you guys?
That's my
Are you
cell
from
phone.
New York?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
They flew me in the
Oh boy. Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this town.
Yeah.
My dad had nothing to do with it.
How old are you?
I just turned 20 in May.
You said there's a lot of crazy stuff in the town, but my dad had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, nothing to do with that stuff up there.
Yeah.
We keep to ourselves
We're home
all the time.
all the time.
We've got a set of friends, and that's because he's known him for years.
But police didn't even ask him questions about the November 13th.
Not as far as I know. If they did, it would have been after they arrested him.
Okay.
Because, like I said, when they came here that night, I was coming out here on the porch. I didn't have my glasses because he knocked them off my face, and I was not going back in the front to find them.
Right.
And the cop was actually literally right there by my tire. And he had me come down there. Another cop pulled me all the way over there by her trailer, and they went in the house. And I didn't see him. I didn't talk to him or anything with him before that.
And that red car is gone. It hasn't been back since?
That one red one has not been back. I know.
Were they going in the car to wipe it out, or did you see where they were?
Inside, they were doing inside the car, on the seats and stuff.
And you don't know their name, but the number is what?
There's a barcode. It's on the front of their house.
And there's no one there now?
I
don't think so.
I don't know. There might be because
All right.
people.
All right. Thanks so much.
Please don't give my number out.
I won't. Hey, how you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Good, thanks. I talked to you about something kind of weird for 2 seconds. It's cold. I don't want you to freeze or let out the heat from the outside.
What's up?
My name's Sean Cohn. I'm a reporter
Okay.
with the Daily Mail.
Okay.
And chasing everything related to this case.
Mm-hmm.
And understand that even one tip was called in about red car out here being cleaned with bleach.
What?
That got the FBI called in. Did you hear anything about that?
I've not heard about that.
That's so fucking weird. Maybe it's the one further.
On this road? Like in this trailer park?
Yeah, it's not you then. Have you heard anything about that case?
Not really.
Do you know any of the folks?
I didn't know any of them personally.
Yeah.
The closest thing, I think I know some people who might have known them. Like I know people who didn't come back after because they were going through a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're a student there? Or no?
Yeah, I'm a student. I'm a freshman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You haven't heard any buzz about the case?
Lately, not really. Everything's kind of not a lot of new information's come out lately.
Right.
Since the white Hyundai Elantra, that's the last car I heard about because Moscow police was posting on Facebook about they were looking for a white Hyundai Elantra.
Right.
So,
are you one of two guys? Is there like a big burly guy that you live with?
I have a pretty tall roommate.
Okay, so
I think he's already gone home. I think he's most of his final.
does he drive another red car?
No, he drives a little blue car.
Little blue car.
I think it's like dark.
Were there two red cars here? Like,
Not here. I think some other neighbors might have two red cars.
Right, because the weird thing is that the claim was that one of the cars was being cleaned with bleach the morning after.
Oh wow.
Do you know anything about that?
No, at the morning after, I was in Lewiston with my girlfriend. So that's interesting.
Okay.
But the white Hyundai Elantra, I called the tip line and I told them like the U of I parking and transportation office.
Mm-hmm.
I told them like I don't know. It would make sense that would be a pretty obvious thing for them to do. But I told them like, if you haven't already, check the parking office because the parking office has every single car, make, model, year, and the student name associated with that at U of I. So I called the tip line and told them they should go off that.
That's smart.
So, yeah.
But no other tips that you called in, right?
No, that's all I've known. I know as much as is on Facebook, pretty much.
So weird. Do you know your neighbor?
My neighbor? I don't know.
The one who lives there.
No, I don't know a single person in this park. I moved in here in September because it's cheaper than living on or by campus.
Right.
And I haven't met a single neighbor up here yet. I just kind of keep to myself here.
Okay. All right, cool. Any suggestions for me? Like any friend of someone who was in the house, or?
Not really. I don't really know
Okay.
anyone that would
All right.
get any closer.
All right. And then. All right. Thanks. Paul. I appreciate
Have a good
it.
one.
You too.
3 enormous investigative errors that could impact the investigation and subsequent prosecution negatively are as follows. Number